So today's a very sad day. It's a packing day, and the trip is over. Croatia instituted a 30-day ban for all restaurants and pubs. The city's a ghost town. There's not much to do, and we're basically stuck here.
So we wanted to vlog all week and give you kind of steps of what we were trying to decide, whether we were going to stay in Croatia, stay in Zagreb, move to the coast. We toyed between the idea of going home a few times, but it didn't actually realize to be true until last night.
So we started off when this all started getting more and more serious with borders closing, and we were watching a live press conference from our Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, in front of his house. He looked like he had just woken up, and he was telling all Canadians abroad to come home. And we figured we were safe here as we would be at home. One of the problems was going to be our health insurance. So we went ahead and bought travel insurance from another private insurer, which would cover us for everything except coronavirus-related expenses. And we went along with the assumption that we'd be staying in Croatia.
We kept telling ourselves, hey, we took the year off, we can go and live on a remote island and just wait it out. But then when we saw that the lockdown in Spain, they didn't even let anyone go to the beach, understandably, it kind of put everything into perspective. We're a little disappointed, to say the least.
So we spent all of yesterday looking up Airbnbs with a lot of excitement towards the coast. And we actually placed a couple requests with some of the Airbnbs and got the booking notices. And we realized that wouldn't really fix the situation. We would still be in a country where everything's shut down. There wouldn't be much to do. Yes, we would have a view of the water and the opportunity to go lay down by the beach if we wanted to, but the water's too cold, and who knows how long this is going to last. And we were really feeling like we are wasting a year to be stuck in a place where you're really not experiencing anything more than being at home. Right away, we booked our flights to come home. We used Aeroplan points, so we'll be flying business on the way back again, which hopefully will be fun, and the service isn't any different with this pandemic going on. But we'll be flying Swiss. We fly tomorrow at 8 in the morning, and we should arrive in Montreal at 8 at night. Now, we can't get a direct flight to Ottawa at all because the only 4 airports that are left open now are Trudeau, Vancouver, Toronto, Calgary. And so we'll have to find alternate means to get to our hometown.
Considering all the sightseeing that we've been doing, we haven't been sick, we haven't caught it. We started realizing there was more news about how young people might be carriers of the virus and how they might be spreading it without knowing it. So that started to worry us, and we've actually spent most of the week enclosed in our apartment and self-isolating from other people. And reading all of those people dying in the world has really shook us. We're sorry for anyone who is watching this that has lost someone because of the virus, and people who have lost their businesses, their jobs, and who don't know what to do. We're aware that we're lucky to be healthy and to have the opportunity to return home.
So while the canceled trip, all the work that went into it, all the planning, all the looking at Airbnbs, getting the perfect flights to come home, packing what we're going to pack, buying the supplies that we needed, stocking up in order to self-quarantine in our Airbnb, which now we just have an abundance of extra food and beer and wine that we'll just be leaving behind. So with all that being said, a canceled trip is not the end of the world. Like Vero was saying, people have lost a lot more already, but we'll be back once this is all over. Our idea is we're going to postpone the rest of this and come back when we can experience Croatia for real, because really this pandemic was just starting off the day we were leaving on our flight. Like February 1st, it was happening in China, but we decided to go ahead with it anyways, like a lot of people, assuming that it would never really reach to become what it's become now. So now it's time to pack it up and go home. So our government, the government of Canada, has issued a notice, like a lot of countries, where if you're coming back home from abroad, you have to self-isolate for 14 days. We'll be landing in Montreal, renting a car, driving to Ottawa, and then my brother has lent me his Bima, which is very nice of him. So then we'll be driving over to the cottage and staying there for 14 days by ourselves. There's also, I don't think, any internet there. When we land in Montreal, we're gonna have to find a prepaid SIM card, which looks a lot more difficult than buying a prepaid SIM card for data in Europe. A lot more expensive too.
One good piece of news is that I'm gonna have so much free time. I have a backlog of vlogs that we did in Zagreb, actually, where we try local foods, and we went to Istria. We saw Pula and Rovinj and a castle in Motovan. Then there's going to be some vlogs of Budapest. We were there last weekend during the lockdown, which we realized wasn't the smartest thing, obviously.
No, we just beat the border closing, as she was mentioning.
So stay tuned. I hope to stay true to this promise and devote all of my time to editing, which I absolutely love doing, and reliving those happy moments that we caught on camera.
Ease the depression a little bit.
We're gonna do a little walk around, take the long way home, keep our distances from people. I'm probably not going to do any voiceover. It's gonna be just B-roll and music, so if that doesn't interest you, you can leave the vlog here. But if you want to take a look at our area where we've been for the past 5 weeks, stick around.
All right.
Miss Croatia.
Bye, Croatia.
So far